I mean, define okay. As in, like, he's a good dude, or like, I can't kill him.
Well,
That's fair.
It's okay,
I forgot to.
I can't kill him. That's where we
And I forgot to unmute myself. Oh, now there we go. Hello, everyone.
No.
And welcome to Revive Pandemic. I am your host, the Herald, and this is Trial by Fire and guest.
Oh boy.
hi.
And honorary member.
Mhm.
And Nacho.
And there's a Nacho.
Nacho!
Yes.
The most important member.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Important member of this whole
Nacho is
thing.
our
the
Tabaxi
next
now.
mascot.
Mwah.
No Tabasco, that's right.
Next
This
to
is
Ramsey.
I just realized. Hold on a sec.
To answer your question,
Probably would help
she was
if I
okay
actually
with it
turn my
because she
lights
believes
on.
that people have the right to believe their own thing, and she's not going to force someone to follow a
Quality,
religion that they're not
top
interested
quality
in.
stream right here.
Ooh.
Absolute, absolute
Ooh, that needs to
top
be
quality.
Okay.
That needs to be
She might-
expressed in character.
You might go up a couple points now with SoCalis.
Exactly, yeah.
Look at this baby.
The baby.
So,
Look at that baby.
announcement wise,
Why are you trying to escape?
he knows what I'm about to say. So on the 26th, so not next session, but the week after that, there will be no sessions of Revive Pandemic or Icar in Honor due to me going on vacation.
You bastard.
Gave
I know, right?
gave you-
How dare I go
How
get
dare
a
you
break?
how dare you have alone time to be able to recharge your batteries?
How dare you take care of yourself?
I know,
How-
right?
How dare
I wanna-
self-care prevail in this age of isolation and everything?
And close to home, there work. Anyways, so but yeah, but we'll be back the week after that, so fear not. But other than that, I believe that's all we have to say for now. But as always, if you guys enjoy the campaign, please be sure to like and subscribe. It really does help us out. And without any further delay, let us go ahead and begin the Revived Pandemic.
What are you doing?
He's introducing the campaign.
I'm not talking to you. I'd be looking at you guys if I was talking to you.
Okay, then tell us what is Nacho doing?
Nacho's sucking on his tail again.
So, where we last left off, Trial by Fire had arrived into the city of Volk with Violet in an effort to help with the investigating the strange ascension of Seraph's power, Samuel's brother. As they arrived, they were greeted by a rather disturbing sight, to say the least, of those who were either against the rule or the laws that were established by his brother, or as he says, were already established, on themselves receiving his version of justice. After some time passed, and after speaking to the guards, after being approached by said guards, to say the least, the party were escorted to the keep to meet with Seraph and Inquisitor Anya, an Inquisitor from the Order of Exorcists, an order in which specializes in dealing with fiends. As the party approached, they found themselves greeted rather warmly by Seraph. And some, at least, polite by our standards, by Inquisitor Anya as well. Meal was provided, and Samiel had a chance to exchange a few words with his dear brother, learning a few things as to why he justified the particular actions he has taken. However, there was one among them that did not join in the whining and dining, And that was Rorik. Just by mere chances, he was introduced to someone named Zane because of Talos. What he soon discovered was this Zane seemed to be leading a group of those who are nobility, or seem to be former nobility, that followed the Master of Beasts. They spoke to Rorik, noticing his talents, sneaking around and whatnot, that they would like his help in a plot against Seraph. However, Rorik chose to be against it for the time being, wanting to at least buy his companions more time. With this, he was able to convince them, for now, especially thanks to the help of a particular high elf that was among them. While this happened, the rest of the party spent their time in Samiel's room trying to figure out their next course of action before coming to the conclusion to go speak to the former ruler and father of Seraph and Samiel, who is currently petrified in stone to prevent the oncoming illness he was facing. And that is where we're going to pick up. Samiel, you say you are leading them to the throne room, correct?
Yes. So Samiel at this point is walking towards, basically just storming towards the throne room, looking around. Are there any Inquisition members or guards guarding the entryway?
Interesting. As you look around, the entryway seems to be empty. No guards, from what you could see.
Suspicious.
Samiel is very concerned because there should be at least. So Samiel looking around, he looks around. That's concerning.
Where is everyone?
That's why I'm concerned. There should be at least 4 guards posted nearby.
Could they have moved him?
Possible, but he was sitting on the throne when he was petrified.
Was the chair petrified, though?
As she says that, he kind of like glances back at her, just kind of like concerned, and finally going, no. He keeps going forward and then basically uses telekinesis to pull the doors open.
All right. While this is happening, you hear Hati just mutter, "Is the throne made of mahogany?"
Oh.
And as your telekinesis, you pull it open, Samiel. Quite easily.
Mm-hmm. He walks in and looks towards the area where the throne should be.
Okay.
Does he see the throne?
As you enter, you see that it's still filled with the throne room itself is exactly as you remember it. You see the blue carpet that has the various designs made of the mostly of your clan's symbol. Just almost in a very it's almost similar to have a mosaic style in that it creates one larger picture as it goes down this hallway. But as you take a look, you see that the banners are still there. The marble flooring, pillars, still the same as before. It is well lit. And as you look towards the throne, you see your father there, still turned to stone, sitting there. For those of you who have not seen him before, you see what appears to be that of a high elf. A high elf that, even by elven standards, is thin. Like, very, very weak. Even to a point where, like, even his narrow face seems to be even narrower, as skins hugging against, almost seem to hugging against his very bones. And the way he sits is not in the proper regal, but more almost slouched in a way, just staring onward.
Daniel looks out to him and just kind of like breathes deeply. Settle in one piece. And just kind of, he starts walking towards him and like gradually starts building up towards like a slight sprint once he gets over and just kind of like kneels down in front of him for a moment and puts his hand on his, like one of his hands just like resting on the arms of the throne and just looks up to him. Made it home, Father. Just like I said it would. Hopefully I've brought help. And he rests his hand on his for a moment before turning back towards Violet. Are you able to help him?
Okay, Violet's gonna walk up. Can she do an investigation check to see if this is actually someone that's been petrified or if it's just a really good stone worker? Because she's
if my true sight can see that.
because she's kind of concerned by the fact there was no guards and
Okay.
not an exorcist in sight.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Natural 20.
Judging from the way this figure is positioned and everything, and just looking it over in the various spots that would you normally expect there to be some sort of hint of carving of stone. Yeah, either this was made by the finest craftsmen, the finest stonemasons in all of the Empire, or this is the real person.
Well, that's reassuring. Okay, so in that case, let me just quickly check our component, because I know this is a monetary value one.
While Violet's prepping
Violet's
that.
currently digging through her, she has a few pouches on her belt that she's just looking through, because it looks like she is looking for something.
Okay, and so, Carlos, you were trying to say something?
While she's in the middle looking for her components, Zocala sort of walked up on the other side of Samiel and knelt before the king as well. And just kind of say a quick something, just kind of to himself in his head before standing up and looking to Samiel. This is wrong. How long has he been like this?
Nearly a year? You're right, something is wrong. Sammy's going to use detect magic and take a quick glance around the room.
As you cast your detect magic, you don't feel any pinging except for the arcane magic that of the magical items that are on each and every one of your companions.
On the statue, since petrification is a spell, would that give off a pain?
Yeah. I'm not sure if it would, but because it would be. Because I'm not sure if it would. Let me take a look real quick.
I imagine if anyone ever went into Medusa's like den, then they would get a big headache if they did detect magic, and it did with all the statues she has.
My argument would be that petrification is a status, though. So it's like an after effect of a spell.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Hi, baby.
Isn't petrification the spell itself?
It's a spell itself, but the status afterwards wouldn't affect it. Like, it's like blindness.
Gotcha.
You're not going to get a pain because someone goes blind.
Or
Yeah.
sleep.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to see them having a sleep spell, forcing them to stay asleep. They're just asleep.
Yeah. Yeah, because unless it's like constantly
Actually, a little-
active going on.
It's a bit
What about identify? Would that be able to tell me if the cause of the petrification was magic?
I'll take a look. Okay.
Violet, meanwhile, who isn't great at organization, is half listening to them until she finally finds the spell component, but then sees that they're all talking, and she's just like, and waits.
Okay.
Tail going back and forth, just.
It says if it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object. So I would say yes.
Oh.
Because I think of the petrification.
So he's got that as a ritual. He's gonna.
Do you have the component for it? The pearl?
Oh, bro. Well, you need that.
Yeah, that's a material component. That's 100 gold.
Is it used upon every?
It doesn't consume it, but you need it for it to be cast.
Oh. Hey. Would a pearl of power count?
In the words of that one meme, I'll allow it.
Okay, I was gonna say, because Violet also has identify.
Oh, so Samuel's gonna pull out a pearl, and he's gonna turn to Violet. I was gonna cast Identify, but it's gonna take me a while. Would you happen to know that spell?
I.
You should be able to tell if this is actually my father, if this is very intricate.
Well, I looked at the stone, and unless this is made out. You're distracting me. Okay. Well, I looked at the stone before I even brought up my spell components, and unless this is made by the top masonry and the entire. What are you doing? Stop it. You're being a distraction. Unless this is made by the top mason in the entire kingdom, and in fact the entire nation, it's your father. But I can cast Identify if it will put you out of peace of mind.
Please. I would appreciate it.
Alright. Identify has been cast.
All right.
Is it his father? Is he the father?
As you cast the spell, you do notice that there seems to be some magic imbued in this stone figure.
Okay.
From what you can tell, it definitely is something that seems to be of the petrification nature, in the sense that it's still active and going on.
Okay. She toys with the pearl a few more seconds and puts it back into her pocket. Well, it's someone who's been petrified, that's for sure.
I'm just kind of like, gut.
There's only one way to find out who it is.
Samuel lets out a deep sigh of relief, and then kind of motion towards Violet to do her thing.
Okie dokie. Violet pulls out a small leather satchel, and her holy symbol starts to glow as she pours the diamond dust over the man's head. She gently places her hands on either side of the statue's face and touches her forehead against it, softly saying the incantation softly in Sylvan, as his body starts to glow hopefully starts to glow from the Greater Restoration spell.
Mm-hmm. As you cast the Greater Restoration, starting from the head going down, you start seeing that the stone begin to fade away and being replaced by the pale skin of this individual. But the hair starting to freely move once more with the slightest bit of wind that would be even in this room. The clothing starting to soften as it's no longer stone. And once it ends, you hear the gasp of someone as if they had just come out of a dive, diving down into the water.
Deep breaths, Your Majesty. Deep breaths.
I mean, it's kind of like leans next to him, puts his hand, like one hand on his shoulder, and it's kind of like leaning in.
Well, that was a very quick nap.
Sammy just smiles.
Zokas, you would remember him especially for his lighthearted humor that he would often use to make a difficult situation a bit easier.
Oh, it's been a lot longer than you'd think, Your Majesty. And Zokalis will go and brace his other shoulder on the opposite side of Samuel.
How are you feeling?
As if I just had a very long nap in the most uncomfortable chair imaginable. As he just leans back, just like trying to stretch his back from as he's sitting on the throne.
Violet leans over to her handsome gentleman. You think they would have put him in his bed or something?
He just looks at you, shrugs.
So Cal gives a soft smile and just says, "Well, you always used to say that your place was always on your feet amongst your people, never in this throne."
You were right about that one.
Samuel kind of stands for a moment, turns his wrist up, and then just kind of like slowly runs his hand over it. And you see this slight mist rise over his hand. And as he pulls this hand over, he turns his palm up, and the mist forms into the tadpole that they collected.
Violet,
So
if you like, you could go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
One moment.
Oh. Time for this.
Arcana! 14.
From what you can tell, this is no normal tadpole. As you can see that this tadpole seems to have almost like a section like mouth. That's just like it opens in multiple spots. And with the various teeth that are around it. It's purplish blue in color as well. Looks almost more like it's meant to slither.
Violet has a look on her face as if she's getting Vietnam flashbacks.
I feel like it's an interesting story of that.
No, it's I have a problem with certain amphibious things. It's fine. It's fine.
Samuel.
She's actively not looking at it now. Because something is obviously about it making her have bad memories.
Samuel, once he produces this, kind of like kneels down next to his father, and hands him the tadpole. This rather interesting little creature we've learned is the cure for what we believe was afflicting you. I've seen it in action, and the gentleman who ate one of these was cured.
Give me a persuasion check.
Ooh, persuasion.
Does he get advantage because it is his sign?
30-20.
Yay!
So. Well, it didn't show up on Roll20. Don't worry, everyone. But I can see the game log in the D&D Beyond. So. But he just... He has this sort of look on his face. Oh, there he goes. But he has this look on his face. It's just like, what is that? Before looking to you, Samuel says, they did say medicine never tastes good.
You often told me when I was younger.
Yep, Violet suddenly looks like, oh, yep, this is all too familiar. Nope. She's not saying anything, but it's very obviously she's not looking at it. She's not looking at the situation.
Samuel hands over the tadpole.
I assume we cannot cook this, I assume.
That's not.
Zocalis will cast prestidigitation on it to make it taste. Would Zocalis know what the king's favorite meal was? Because he has spent a lot of time in this castle with Samuel.
It would be freshly cooked salted pork.
So Callus
Like-
laughs and he goes, I may not be able to make it look better. And then he kind of waves his hands and casts Presto to make it taste like the salted pork. But it might help with the taste.
Takes a moment. And I may need some help with this one, as he looks to you, Samuel, to kind of help feed it to him quickly. Almost like he doesn't have the willpower to do it himself.
In my experience, Your Majesty, it's best just to shove it in and chew quickly.
Literally, as Violet is saying that, Samuel takes it back from him and just shoves it in his mouth.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons, where you feed your father the tadpole of a mind flayer.
What reality are we living in? We started this off in like a massive war. And we're feeding kids tadpoles. Got it.
Samuel is relieved to be able to give his father this cure, but there's a tiny part of him that is getting payback for all the times when he was sick his father made him take medicine.
Alright. So he quickly eats. He tries to quickly eat it as fast as possible. Almost it reminds you of, like, say, your grandparents trying to quickly take the amount of pills they have to take. Just, it's nasty.
Sam just kind of has his hand over his mouth, just kind of making sure his head is like tilted up, like, yeah, all of it.
Look, I was watching this happen. Just look at Samuel and goes, your bedside manner is terrible.
Samuel turns to Zocalis, this is why I never became a doctor.
And once he finishes, he says, believe me, I know. We'll see if it
Feeling better?
works. But what has happened? How long have I been petrified?
Nearly a year. Seraph took control of things in my absence.
I see. Judging from that tone, doesn't seem to bode well.
Define well.
He's just, his eyes are looking to each and every one of you, just trying to get an answer.
So, first off, introductions are in order. He turns to Violet first, and she was the one who freed freedom from the preservation. Lady Violet of the Order of Confessors.
Violet gives a bow to him.
Adon, her companion. Of course, she knows you. Hopefully, you remember Zocalis.
Alice.
He goes down the line. Everyone, this is my father, Asriel.
Pleasure to make your acquaintances. I thank you for taking care of my son.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. And so Callus will put his arm around Samuel.
Samuel has this look like he wants to fucking punch Zocalis so bad, but he just kind of like turns to him with this very forced grin.
Oh, it's like you can't whip my ass in front of Dad.
Absolutely, but I can later.
Boys get along.
Anyway, as I was saying, like fixes his coat up on him. It's been about a year. Seraph has allowed the Order of Exorcists to occupy the city. During that time, he raised taxes, tried to take control of the city in ways to expand our reach. When the people rebelled, he brought in the Order of Exorcists to help quell the rebellions and started giving people who were followers of the Master of the Beast over to them.
Alice breaks his neck a little bit at hearing that.
Should have known this would happen. I was a fool.
Samiel shakes his head. No. Seraph is a fool. You did well, Father. You taught us well.
Apparently not
He just
well
never
enough.
listened. Oh, you can... What's it you always said? You can lead an owl bell to water, but you can't make it drink.
That is true, but...
I believe the term is horses.
We have more owl bells.
You're not from this area, are you?
Can you not tell from my accent that I'm not?
But... I think this is almost a punishment. To further my own ideals, I sacrificed other things.
Like what?
In my pursuit for my ideal of peace, I ignored the pleas for help, fearing that it would lead to them realizing that I had not been following the wishes of the Empire or our High King of Ruvan.
You did what you needed to do, protect your people and the people whom we all care for and support.
But it was at the cost of other people's lives. I'd let their lives be taken while not wanting to risk my people's. I ignored the pleas from help, of aid from Kuren. I ignored the call to arms from our king. I ignored the laws of the Empire. I even thought up an excuse to avoid being in the presence of the Emperor himself. It just has
You did it to save a group of people who nobody is looking out for. You did what you thought was right, Majesty.
And in the end, did nothing.
I wouldn't say nothing.
While this is all happening, Violet, can you do me a medicine check real quick?
Medicine. I don't get to do those too often. 13.
Okay, I'm gonna send you a DM.
Ooh.
Oh no.
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 You guys didn't think it'd be that easy, did you?
Why do you guys
No,
assume it's
Absolutely
bad?
not.
Why do you assume it's bad?
Because I'm getting a
Have you
DM
not
and we're
been
not being told.
Have you not been a part of this game for 2 years?
Yeah, I have, and it's not always bad.
It's always bad.
Look at those fluffy toe beans.
We can't see them. Don't talk about them without letting us see them.
I can't turn my laptop around.
So, and as he's saying this, as you say this, that may be the case. I may have been doing what I thought was right, but should have taken better action. Instead of being of inaction, should have been of action.
Violet suddenly takes a step forward, like getting really close to him. Excuse me, the intrusion, 1 second. And she's like taking a closer look at him, and she's like tilting her head to the side and examining him. Is it just me, or is he getting paler?
Samuel at this point looks at him. Does he look like he's getting paler?
Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Yeah, can I do the same?
Sure.
And now Samuel's just worried.
Samiel's dealing with everything with emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Someone roll higher than a 13.
Oh, 3. Does that work? We're preoccupied.
Samuel, you seem to be a little bit, just a touch paler from what you can tell.
Samuel's gonna put his hand on his forehead. Are you alright? Like, does he feel like he's getting hotter, or does he feel colder? Is there any change in temperature? Does he feel off?
As you rest your the back of your hand on his forehead, you don't notice a change in temperature, but you do feel sweat.
Something's wrong.
Did the leech tentacle thing take full effect immediately, or did it take time?
It took effect immediately. Remembering Rinzad, he ate one, and it worked almost immediately. He should be getting better, not worse.
Violet would have been given, like, a report about what the illness was that the king supposedly had before being petrified, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Did she know anything about the illness?
It just seemed to suddenly appear, and it was first it was a sense of nausea, a bit of a fever, and fatigue, and it seemed to, and just in a sense would later become like physical weakness.
And the best course of action they thought was to petrify him?
So they could figure out an actual remedy? Yes.
Okay, let me see what Violet has. Would I be able to use... Okay, so would I be able to use legend lore?
Ooh.
What does that do?
So, legend lore, name or describe a person, place, or object, although this is a sickness. Although I guess I could have named the thing they used to cure him. And the lore might bring you to mind a brief summary of the significant lore about the thing you named. The lore might consist of current tales, forgotten stories, or even secret lore that has never been widely known. If the thing you named isn't of legendary importance, you gain no information. The more information you already have about the thing, the more precise and detailed the information you receive is. Would that be something she could use for what the king had, or even the bug thing they used?
Considering that Samuel had is actually called a tadpole, I'll say this,
Oh, no.
just to help me out with this, just to see how much you know, because taking into consideration of that lore thing. Go ahead and roll me a history check.
History is her best thing.
Don't jinx it now.
History!
So it's a big history.
26.
Damn.
Let's go.
You know that there are things that seem to exist beyond this reality. And you know that there's these things called mind flayers from an ancient civilization that used to dwell in this land. You remember, you had heard that one of the ways to actually cure someone from being in the process of becoming a mind flayer is to actually eat a tadpole. From what you conclude, he's not turning into a mind flayer.
Samiel, I have good news and I have bad news.
Good news first.
Your father's not turning into a mind flayer.
And the bad news?
I have no idea what's happening.
He slowly turns back to Azrael. And then... Do you happen to know sickness and poison? Or detect sickness and poison.
Violet?
Yes, he's saying that to Violet.
Let me see if I prepared that spell. I don't think I did.
I think it's a different name, but similar. Detect poison and diseases.
Oh.
Does Hati have that? I feel like that's something that Hati
I
might
think
have.
Hati would have that.
Yeah.
Maybe we could check Hati spells.
If you're able to pull up the sheet, then go ahead and check that out.
I will do that.
Rorik had it temporarily.
Okay, so Herald, quick thing. I just did a quick pull. I forgot to prepare one of my spells.
Ooh.
Unfortunate.
I have 19 out of 20.
Big oof.
Damn, that's a lot.
The clerics.
Love them clerics.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm going to take a wild guess and say you're not going to allow me just
I'm
to
sorry.
quickly suddenly prepare.
I'm sorry, I
detect
can't.
It.
It's a second level spell, so if you don't see it in the second level, it's not there.
Let me see.
I don't think.
Well,
I don't have it. Not that kind of cleric.
damn it. And Hati doesn't have it either.
Yeah, no.
All
She
right.
does have something, though, in the first level, which is possibly interesting.
Who? Hati?
Yeah. Or he does have something in the first level that might be interesting.
What does he have?
It is a detect spell, and I don't think that Hati's been kept up to date with the long rests.
So for this, do you want me to just go ahead and puppet Hati for this one real quick?
If the spell is already prepared, then
It is.
Yes.
Okay, what's the spell?
Detect evil and good.
Okay, let me take a look at that real quick.
I'm glad I took a look there.
I mean, there's another way we can cure him, but it's rather morbid. This is Paulina talking, not Violet, because Violet wouldn't suggest this.
Well, it might not be that helpful. I don't know. Aberration, celestial, elemental.
Okay,
shade,
so are you
undead.
So you're having Hati cast it?
Yes.
Okay. And as he casts it, as he's looking towards him, you see his brows furrow.
Emotion.
This is strange. First there's nothing, and then there's something. Then nothing again. And you start to notice that his breath is getting shallower. Quickly, Azrael grabs a hold of Samuel's shirt. He's like, "You must listen to me. You must listen."
And he just grabs his wrist.
Yes, Violet.
Can Violet do detect thoughts? Because she suddenly has an idea of what might be going on.
Sure.
She wants to see what's going on inside his head. And she will actually, try and delve deep.
Okay.
So he has to make a wisdom saving throw of 18.
All right. As you try to dig deeper into the thoughts, you feel almost like this barrier that, but what you can tell, it's not him. Something else. But you hear on the surface of his thoughts, "Let's tell him before it's too late." As you see that his skin is turning from that pale into a sickly green. As he says, "Something has enthralled your brother. He's been speaking to someone. I don't know who, but they influence him." And he starts to shake as you see that the paleness in his skin starts turning this green, this sickly green, as it begins to course through his whole body.
Samiel immediately reaches into his pocket and pulls out a potion of healing and just immediately just tries to get him to drink it while trying to steady him, just screaming, hold on.
Violet's gonna try casting Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Because she can do that faster.
Okay.
Hati has remove curse.
Mm-hmm.
Since he detected something and felt that, like, he felt something like ebbing in and out, he's gonna go ahead and I'm gonna have him go ahead and use.
Well, before
curse.
you do that, he's going to let you know. He's changing into something.
Oh no.
As he says, and as you're trying to give him the potion, he's still holding, as he says, you must stop whatever it is. You must stop whatever it is that... And suddenly...
Father!
Suddenly...
Is he actually dead? Or is it not? Can Violet do a medicine check to see if he's actually dead or if it's like undead type thing? Because she's dealt with those before.
Go ahead and give me a medicine check real quick to try to identify it.
And Samiel puts his hand on the side of his neck to see if he can feel a pulse while he's cradling him basically in his arms, trying to find out if he's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 12.
Okay.
18 for me.
As you've seen behavior like this before, which Hati has explained as if something's changing. Something that's a violent change, but Samiel, you feel no pulse. But then suddenly you feel what almost feels like a pulse, but unlike the small faint boom boom that you would feel, it's boom. As you suddenly see his hand go just start contorting, and it starts to change before you. As you see, it turns from what appears to be that of a normal hand into what appears to be this enlarged claw. And then you see that the muscles, which seem to be no longer there, start expanding, growing even. And as it's going, as it's rising up, it seems as if it's standing up. You see that it's the muscles and just like the overall size in general is growing and growing. You see tendrils suddenly appear from its shoulders and back, just go almost as if violent vines or even roots suddenly bursting forth, and it starts to envelop other parts of the person of your father. And then suddenly you see the chest, a huge mouth of teeth just on each side, almost like a sideways mouth. And as the tendrils move, you see it appears to be that of a skull. And we're gonna go right over to Rorik before we roll initiative.
No!
I've seen this horror movie before.
You can't just do that to Samiel, and then we go to like the lighthearted fluff that is Rorik and his kind of sort of date.
Oh, you're saying he really is coming on to me. I swear.
He is.
So, Rorik,
Oh god, no.
you find yourself you're after having that meeting. You are now back in the house with Talos.
Oh.
But he's just. You notice that his that he seems to be a little bit more mellowed, even a bit perturbed. But he's staying awfully quiet as he's going about just seeming to find whatever he could do to keep himself busy.
Rorik looks over at him and goes, "You alright?"
Yeah. It always puts... I always get a little uneasy after having those intense meetings.
Not a common occurrence for you then, huh?
There's a reason why I'm not nobility, and the only noble I like is Samiel. While he may have a stick up his ass, at least he doesn't try to beat people to death with it.
Hopefully by the time that the rest of us are done in Volk, you'll have a couple more nobles that you're friendly with, I guess.
Perhaps. But the way things are right now, I do often wonder if the person standing beside you is truly your friend.
What is it that you mean by that?
Well, think of it. We're currently in a situation where anyone who worships the Master of Beasts is executed. They're in hiding. And on top of that, if let's just say you have someone you don't exactly like. Let's just say you are trying to one-up the competition and trying to woo someone. And you have a rival. All you have to do is just say he worships the Master of Beasts.
A veritable witch hunt. Sadly, I can say that I have experienced something quite similar in my past.
Well, I must say then, it would be astonishing that you took such a stance with those nobility.
Honestly, it was quite stressful. Took me back a couple years.
A little bit of a deja vu.
Quite. You see, I have a bit of a what would you call it? A sort of a negative association with intolerance when it comes to values and beliefs. Seeing what's going on here, it's just a less severe form of what happened at home.
I'd be careful in saying that. Especially among those like Zane. You wouldn't win yourself many friends by comparing your situation to theirs.
Oh, I know. It's never good to try and compare one's pain to someone else's.
Agreed, but one thing I truly worry is who will come out on top in the end. Because if you think about it, as of right now, there's Seraph and his buddies of the Exorcist. And then those who are, well, like Zane.
from what I have seen, Seraph has led a religious pogrom against the people. And that is something that I cannot abide by.
Then
I
must ask then, why did you choose not to join in their plot?
Like I said, I know that people have a true potential, and to see someone willing to stoop to a level where they would create a martyr of their enemy, it would embolden their foes.
Now I must ask you this, as he approaches and sits down on the couch across from you. We're worried about creating a martyr out of him. What about all those that are in those gibbets? What about those who are already executed? They, by all your accounts and what I'm understanding, they would be considered martyrs. It almost seems hypocritical.
Indeed, it can seem a bit hypocritical at times,
So,
though.
elaborate to me then, why? And keep in mind, I'm not choosing a side here, but I'm trying to understand as to why.
If you refuse to make your enemy a martyr, then they create martyrs for you. Instead of emboldening your enemy, you yourself are emboldened by their actions against you.
So
I can see that they've harmed followers of the Master of the Beasts consistently over the past who knows how long. And that has made you all stronger. They are currently the group in power, and if their leader were to be eliminated from the throne, it would create more of an outcry and a stir, and it would create a public want and a call towards the rest of the Inquisition to investigate and create more violence.
I understand on that side, but I can't exactly agree in the sense that yes, they would be emboldened, but who's to say? But it almost seems you're discounting that they feel emboldened enough to try to do something about it. Should they continue to sit on what they see as their hands and do nothing and just take more executions, more loss of things that they hold dear?
No, I never said that I was
I know you're not saying that, but that is what you are implying. It's you're holding them at two different standards.
I'm not saying that I'm completely against the idea of going forward with an assassination attempt. What I am saying is that an attempt towards such an action should be taken with such gravitas that it would be in, I would believe, the best interest to attempt at least one last fell action, at which point, if it were to fail, I would join you in that plan.
Don't look at me. I am not involved with their plan. I'm not even a noble. I have nothing to gain from this. But what I'm trying to help you understand is whether you like it or not just you, but also your friends, are part of a game, a dangerous game that is being played right now. We are not even the players. We are the pieces.
Out of character, that is so meta. Oh my god. All right.
But
DM just spelled it out for me right there.
that's what not. But Talos just says, where either the players in this one are either Seraph or Zane and his entourage. We're just the pieces caught in the middle, and we just wait to see what happens.
Hopefully we don't have to wait for too long.
I hope not.
Okay. Well. Hopefully it isn't too late for us to find some way to rekindle a bit of jovialness within tonight and possibly spend a bit of time figuring out just a way to lift our minds out of this gutter, so to speak. You play
Agreed.
cards?
Let me see what I can find. I know Samiel has one of the, as what he likes to call his party trick drink.
You really want me to try some of that, don't you?
I want everyone to try it. And as it takes a moment, but you see that he goes off to towards the he goes off towards one of the cabinets in his little kitchen, and you see him pull out what appears to be that of a bottle that is of a jade green. And he pours out a little bit of it, and interestingly enough, it is clear. And for context, he's pouring you about a shot before handing that to you. You'll want to try this. Oh, and make sure you're not near anything that's near any of my furniture.
I sort of hold it a bit at arm's length, and I'm just looking at it, trying to figure out what exactly it is.
It's as clear as water.
Now, why would I need to stay away from any of your furniture?
Because I don't want you to break it.
Is it that strong?
It's very strong.
Does it seem like he's being forthright about it, or is he just yanking?
Insight check.
All right. Here we go. Come on, load it up, load it up. Oh, god damn it.
Seems to be all in the up and up. What are you saying?
Now, if I do take the shot, I won't end up getting clubbed in the back of the head again, right?
Of course not. The only reason you got clubbed in the back of the head was because you are a rat.
Fair. I'll bring it up to my nose and take a sniff to see, like, what aromas come off of it.
So imagine a very floral whiff, but think along the lines of lavender, but with the strength and intensity of that of gasoline.
Oh, shit. Now, what is it exactly that makes this a party drink?
Only one way to figure it out.
All right. I will bring it up to my lips and take a small sip just to test it, just to see how strong it is.
It's as strong as a tequila shot.
Ooh. Let it wash over my palate for a moment.
Stop being a sissy! Drink the whole thing!
I'd like to see you drink a whole shot as well.
I will, after you do. And he takes it and just makes you drink it. Yep. As he says in Elvish, the equivalent of salute.
Salute.
Yep.
All right. Do I have to roll a con save or anything?
Roll me a D100.
Oh shit. 76.
Okay. As you take a drink, you're just like, it goes into your stomach. You're like, whew, that was strong. And suddenly, you feel something leave your throat, and as you cough it out, and from what you see, it's almost as if like there's this purplish cloud before there's sparkles, and you see almost for a brief moment a hint of a rainbow as you go, and then suddenly again. As you're getting these light coughs, you suddenly see all these purple and galaxy sparks, as well as some like literal streams of rainbow coming out.
Am I anime projectile vomiting right now?
The light version.
Oh my god.
And even as you exhale, this purple cloud just comes out of your nostrils.
Oh my god. What the hell was that?
One of Samuel's concoctions. Back when he became an adult, he decided to celebrate by trying to create his own drinks. And he created this monstrosity.
Does it always do that?
Not always, as he downs a shot himself. And as he downs it, he takes a deep breath before, as he exhales, you suddenly see confetti actually pop out from his mouth. Almost like a fire breath, except it's confetti.
His breath weapon is paper cuts. Oh. Wow. I can see how somebody could get drunk off of this quite easily. Wow. Just the spectacle of it alone. Now I understand why it's a party drink.
Sounds accurate.
Oh. All right, one more, and then we'll put the bottle away and save it for another time.
All right. Give me a Constitution save. I need to figure out something real quick.
Uh-oh. Shit.
He gives you another shot. But as the time goes by, turns from being one more shot to, let's just have another. And another.
Oh, no.
And another.
Oh, Royak's first hangover is coming up. Oh, no.
Now, while that's happening, we're going to go ahead and take a small break. Let everyone catch their bearings before we go into then going back to the rest of the party.
Rourke's just getting drunk while everybody has to fight a proto-mind flayer. Jesus.
This is what happens when we leave the tree huggers alone.
That's it. You're not wrong.
All right, don't go away, everyone. We will be right back with more Revive Pandemic.
But
That is actually an insanely important question. I was bringing it up and saying that could have worked, or that not worked, but that could have been useful. That spell that Hati has.
Welcome back.
Kind of late.
Hey,
But, no, I can't quite do that. I don't think.
All right.
not anymore. It would have been good, but
So,
I think it could
problem
have
at
worked.
hand.
welcome back, everyone. We're gonna go ahead and pick up where we left off with the party.
We're
Now,
all going to die.
Y'all might.
now I'm going to need those who are in the throne room to roll me initiative.
So where's the thing? That is not
Got
the
it.
map we need.
I'm going to. Don't worry. I'm going to switch over the map in a moment.
Okay. Alright,
4 for
kids.
Samuel.
By the way, just for context for you,
Fine.
Violet, as
Oh.
soon as this began to change, the Aeon would have stepped right in front of you.
Of course he did.
Mm-hmm.
He either would have stepped in front of her or literally pulled her back.
Yep. All right.
Now
Ooh.
you- 20.
Having issues. Give me just
Take your time.
a minute. We're having some serious issues here with my browser.
It's all
not
good.
wanting to play Night right now.
No worries.
All right, let's try this. We're doing initiative for Socalis. So reload. If it's anything like it's typically, it's going to be under like 8.
All right,
Normally
Samuel
where he
rolled a
rolls.
4.
God, I'm good.
Oh. Ouch.
So accurate.
Oh,
Or so
honey.
You know what? This is ironic because the person who's not a member of person who's not a member of Trial by Fire rolled a natural
Roll
20.
there.
Okay.
He
Now.
has no emotional attachment to this man.
Okay.
Not wrong, boys and girls.
Samuel, can you? Oh, whoever's rolling for Hati, thank you.
That was Nether. Sorry.
Oh, Nether was a 14.
I didn't realize somebody rolled for Nether. Okay, never mind.
Nope, you
Okay,
did.
goes
You did. It shows Nether rolled a 14.
And then the other one, the 9, is for Hati,
Oh.
Oh, gotcha.
I think.
Okay.
Unless, that was a +7 to that, so that was another initiative.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Hati's initiative is a +1.
So someone
So
roll that for me.
All right, I'll do it.
Ooh.
You're welcome.
Okay,
You are
now I need to
welcome, Hati.
roll. I need to roll for Aeon.
Nacho.
Oh no!
Oh no.
You rolled a natural 20.
It's okay. So did Violet. He probably has a higher dex than her, though.
Oh no.
Because I only got a 21.
No, he got a nat 1.
Oh no.
Yeah, positive mental attitude, PMA.
Nacho, I need you to come cuddle me. This might be intense.
Ooh, he did.
And
He rolled a 0. Ooh.
all right, let me go ahead and bring the map up. And I did take in consideration where everyone was placed, just so you all know.
There we are.
Yes, a bunch of cool arrows. Holy shit. Nether, why don't you ever use some of these badass arrows that you have? What the fuck?
Because he uses a sword.
Why are we so far back?
I understand that, but
Well, do you want me to move you up further?
I also use those.
Well, I assumed that we were closer to
Okay,
him.
I'll go ahead and move you up further. So but again, he would have been right in front of.
Of course he was.
Yeah, because that's how he is.
Screen not showing what's happening.
Oh, protective man.
Oh, there it is. Oh, hi there.
All right, let me
It's
switch over to the
ugly.
battle. Let's see. Okay, let me just fix this up. All right. There we go. Here we go. Doop 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 doop. Okay. Alrighty. So there. That's where we are. Okay.
Who goes?
Violet. Top of the round. You go first.
Wait, I got. Oh my god. Okay. Sweet.
See what this Inquisition.
Inquisition
all
is
about.
superior to all. Okay, now where's that super special spell I always use? Here it is. All right. Violet, seeing this is gonna be a fight, just groans and thinks this is gonna make my investigation so much harder. Brings her hand forward to touch the her handsome gentleman's back as she casts Warding Bond. on
Okay.
him. So, the 2 platinum rings that both of them are wearing glow faintly yellow as a yellow aura goes around them both before seeming to disappear.
Mm-hmm.
And she just says to him, don't die.
All right.
And that's her turn.
All right.
That's
No.
such a move. This is gonna be so much more paperwork. I feel that
so-
to my core. As somebody who finds himself in this kind of situation is like, oh my god, I gotta do paperwork over this.
Oh, she's gonna do so much paperwork, and she is not looking forward to it.
Now for this. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna need Violet, Zocalis, and Samiel to roll me dexterity saves.
Is this spell related?
It is not.
Okay.
Oh dear.
6.
Okay.
Big 6.
17!
Okay.
Cool.
Violet's only
No
taking half
emotional
damage.
attachment.
Aren't we elves? Are we? So should we be dexy as fuck? What the hell?
Why is the tiefling more dexy than you guys?
Samuel is broken.
I'm sorry I have to say the pun now. Because she's Dexy and she knows it.
Ah. Also, no one expects the Inquisition.
Here we
Oh
go.
yeah, that's right. I gotta roll. Oh, I know. Anna's just right outside the edge of it.
A lot of dice.
Okay, and let's see. So that's oh wow, that was pretty weak. All right. As it moves towards you, you see the mouth open. They closed for a moment before it opens up, goes boom. And it opens, goes and you get hit by acid bile. And those who failed, you take 29 points of acid damage. You take half if you are successful.
Question for the DM.
Mm-hmm.
So with Warding Bond,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, Avon gets the same damage I do
Okay.
because of it, because it says this spell wards a willing creature you touch and a creature a mystic connection between the two of you and the target until the spell ends while the target is within 60 feet. It gains a +1 bonus to AC and saving throws and is resistant to all damage.
Okay.
Also, each time he takes damage. So, since I would also be resistant, does that mean that half is halved?
Yes.
Okay. So, how much damage would I take then?
It would be 7 points.
I love this spell!
Do I need to roll something for Hot Tea too, or no?
If you want to puppet Hot Tea, feel free. But
I'll try.
Hot Tea is just out of the
Probably
range,
wasn't
as well as
Actually
Nether.
wasn't in that.
Oh, wait. as the damage is happening, let me make sure I have this. I'm pretty sure I have this. Where is it? Where is it? So many spells! I think I have Hellish Rebuke.
Okay, are you within range?
I'm just double checking.
Yep, you'll be within range, I believe.
Yes, I have it.
Okay,
Is it within 60 feet?
it is. Easily.
She's just gonna look at it and suddenly yell in Infernal, "That hurt, you fucking bastard!" and cast it.
Alright, and it's wisdom save, you said?
Let me see.
It doesn't matter, he failed.
It's a dexterity save.
Again, it doesn't matter, it failed. I rolled a 3 on the die, and that's not including his modifier.
Alright then, that is 19 points of fire damage.
Very nice.
Yeah. It was just gonna take that hit for a moment. Doing that per se.
Okay. Alright. It is Hati's turn.
Can I get control of the token, please?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Hati hasn't taken the long rest that was needed, so it's a bit off right now, I guess. But I'll.
Well,
I'll
you
work
didn't.
my way
Well, you
through
guys
it.
didn't take a long rest, so.
So Hati should be down to 57 health.
Yeah, you guys didn't take a long rest. Correct. But on
I
last
thought we
session.
did.
But we were
from-
traveling for several
Yeah.
days.
Yeah,
we
and
were
we also
traveling.
had the
Oh.
long
Okay.
long rest when we went through Walasai.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about this was
Yeah.
from something else.
Yeah, so I'll just put the max health right here just so that I have track of it.
That's
And
fine.
then- so what Hati's going to do is Hati's going to he's gonna use Channel Divinity Path to the Grave,
Mm-hmm.
and Hati, knowing what Zokalis and Samiel are able to do, he's casting the Path to the Grave on the Forsaken One, which makes it so that they are cursed, and until the end of my next turn, until the end of Hati's next turn, the next time Hati or an ally of his hits the cursed creature with an attack, the creature has vulnerability to all of that attack's damage, and then
Very
the curse
nice.
ends. So when he does that, he's gonna look over at Nether, and he's gonna reach out a hand, and he's going to cast as a bonus action. He's gonna be casting.
Challenge Divinity is a bonus action, if I'm correct.
No, Channel Divinity is a action.
Oh, okay. Never mind that.
And then the bonus action, Hati is going to cast Shield of Faith on Nether,
Okay.
and he's gonna look over and he's gonna say, "Burn the bastard."
Just burn
You
him.
like me.
What?
Nether looks Hati. You do like me.
No, I just thought you were gonna headbutt him.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Is that it for his turn?
I'm trying. Yeah,
What
that's
the
gonna
hell?
be
What?
it. So
What does that do?
Adds to the AC.
Shield of Faith adds
okay.
a +2 bonus to the AC for the duration, and so that is a concentration for up to 10 minutes.
Got it. Oh, AC's at 19. Sweet.
All right.
And that's before rage.
All right. Now Nether's turn.
So after saying that to Hati, yeah, he's just gonna stare down at this thing and then look over to Samuel and be like, "You and I never see eye to eye. But your family is my family." And he grabs his Vorpal Greatsword. I got your back. And he runs. He's gonna run. I don't have
Oh, here. Let me fix that.
access to him, but let's see. He has.
All right. I just gave you control of him.
Cool beans. He has enough. He's going to run up to this bastard and he is going to rage.
All right.
Yeah, he is gonna
Insane.
rage.
That's gonna be insane AC. Oh my god.
I don't know. Let's see. Sorry. That's another. What's it do to the AC?
It increases
Strength.
the AC by something, doesn't it?
Let's see. You gain an advantage to strength checks, saving throws, +2 to melee damage. That's always fun.
Yep.
Resistance to bludgeoning. Oh, he gets a lot of resistance. That's right. To bludgeoning, piercing,
Yep.
slashing, and all the fun jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Cool beans. And he is going to swing twice with the Vorpal Greatsword.
Okay, go ahead and roll the attacks.
+12. Christ. Sorry, I forgot what it was like. Fighter man.
It's okay. It's a fighter barbarian to boot.
Oh,
Just
Oh.
pray that it's a natural 20.
it finishes real quick. Let's see.
Oh.
26.
26
and
does hit.
You want me to roll both attacks at the same time, DM?
Go ahead and roll the other attack now.
Okay. And 16.
16 does not hit, so go. So what I want you to do is first roll for the damage.
Purple Greatsword, 2d6 +7. La-di-di, 2d.
La-da-dee, la-da-da, la-da-da.
Whoops.
11, very nice.
Okay, and that's gonna be another 2 from the rage, so it's gonna be 13 actually,
Okay.
because you get +2 for melee
Also,
damage.
I'm gonna need you to roll me a strength save real quick.
I can do that. Just check
Strength save.
here. Strength. He gains advantage on strength saving throws
Mm-hmm.
as well. Cool beans. That roll once. That roll once.
That rolled once, and thank goodness you have advantage because
Good,
that's a nat
thank-
1.
Oh, wrong one. Wrong character sheet. Sorry.
It's okay.
Struggling here. Just
It's
a
all
bit.
good. It's all good.
There we go. Holy shit. 28. That's so much better.
Yeah. And thank goodness you got advantage because woo.
Yeah. That would have been.
All right, you cut right into the flesh of this thing.
My
Or if
handsome
you-
gentleman rolled a nat 1.
Yeah.
Would
Handsome gentleman.
Nether know why he had to do a strength saving throw? Like, would you recognize some kind of resistance or something that's happening here?
It felt strange when he struck it. That's all I can say.
He's gonna put his sword back and just kind of look at it and go, "Huh, that was weird."
All right, Sam. I'm sorry. Go
I
ahead.
think that's it.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't think he has a bonus action that he can do. So,
Okay.
yeah, we are. Yeah, we're good.
All right, Samuel, your turn.
Samuel does not look okay. He's standing there watching people attack what was his father a few moments ago.
He attacked first.
This is true. But he's not registering that completely.
Oh boy, hold on a second. We're gonna have ourselves a third here.
And suddenly who's closest to him?
Nether and Zokalis
Yeah.
are the closest.
Yes, Nether's the closest to him. If Nether took any kind of look at Samuel, he would see his eyes shrink wrapped in tears, but he has this look of just like pure rage on his face. He is going to reach into his pocket and grip his charm of the animate.
Okay.
Squeeze it tight, and he's going to burst into his spectral armor and scream.
All right.
And as he does, and the armor comes over him, you just hear, "Father!" And he pulls his arm back, throws it forward, and casts Sacred Flame. I need him to make a dex save this thing to make a dex save of 16.
Okay. And, oh wait, that's right. I forgot because he's technically vulnerable. That actually did double on Nether's damage.
Oh.
I need to add it again.
Hold on. So he brought out his
Yeah, because the
devil armor,
vulnerability.
right? Yeah.
And
He
now
brought
he's-
out his devil armor right next to Violet.
Oh,
He's
awesome.
pissed.
Yep. He's pissed.
Any other attacks that use the same type of damage will also be damage that he is vulnerable to.
Yep. I already. So let me go ahead and.
Wait,
Oh, he failed. So go ahead and roll for the damage, Samuel.
Hey. Spell. Damage. That's 9.
So, because of the vulnerability, that doubled. Very nice.
Would Samuel recognize the vulnerability?
Oh, it's obvious Hati cast it.
Okay, so Sammy's just gonna turn back and scream out to everyone else. If you have anything radiant, hit it! And that's gonna be his turn.
Okay. So, Kalis, it is your turn.
Okay, so Callus was super wide-eyed for a second as he watches Samuel go into his essentially devil armor, or devil trigger gear, and he looks at Samuel, he looks at Violet, just to see, like, to gauge if she's even registering that this just happened. Looks back to Samuel, and then he hears the call out for the radiant damage. He smirks a bit and just mutters with pleasure. And he grabs his staff, puts it up in the air, and casts a 4th level guiding bolt.
All right. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Hold. That was 14.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to use whatever the gods. God, I can't think of it right now.
Do you have any?
That allows him to tack on. He can tack on. I believe 2d4. 1 second.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The celestial thing.
Yeah, it has
Celestial Warlock
I love it.
shenanigans.
Favored by the gods. Additional 2d4.
Oh, wait, no, that's the sorcerer thing. That's right. Because Divine Soul Sorcerer.
Divine Soul. Yeah. The 18 hit.
Just hits.
Let's go. Good enough for government work. Okay. So we're gonna hit this dude with a 76.
All right. Ooh.
We're gonna keep that roll.
Oh yeah. It strikes him. You just as it strikes him, you just see as the guiding bolt hits, it illuminates him, but it also makes him stagger as the strong impact, especially from the vulnerability.
Can you do anything else? Can you do anything else? Oh, he can't. He is going to, at that point, take a couple steps back because he doesn't like to be this close getting bapped at so damn much. So he's going to move back. Let's see, 30 feet. So we will move just behind Hati. We're gonna use the old man as a barrier. And
Got it.
We're gonna call it a turn. You're in my way. Excuse me. Excuse me. Pardon me. Come
I'm
through.
shorter than you. I don't make a good shield.
I can kneel.
All right. Now, give me a second. Yeah. So, you watch So now it's Aeon's turn.
Handsome gentleman.
Yes, you're a handsome gentleman.
Yay!
As you watch, he starts to move forward towards him. He's instead of rushing, he's just walking as you hear him begin to mutter in Celestial. Who knows Celestial?
Pretty sure Violet does.
Hottie does.
Absolutely does.
Hottie does.
All right.
Alice does.
You hear as he's moving forward, you just hear him utter, I who have been forsaken, I have been cast aside. As you see him draw the great sword, you see first it begin. As he draws it, you notice that there's a glow about him, like on his armor, as it starts flickering a bit of a flame, great fire. The judgment that burns me, may it be used to burn the threat of his light. As you see, his blade also begins to ignites. Think very much like the Dark Souls fire that emerges.
So you could almost say that he's incredibly hot right now.
So
Oh,
he
man.
Of
so
course, a tiefling would say something
He-
like that.
Shut up, Shorty, no one asked.
so he's and as he's moving, you see that there's these shackles that are emerging, like almost seeming to be formed out of flame, that's just hanging around his wrists and his ankles as he's moving forward. Now he's going to roll to attack.
Go, handsome gentleman.
Just hits for the first attack. Second attack does not hit, but he has a third attack. That one hits. Okay. And as he strikes out, you just see the fire that's around him, that's flickering out in the spaces of his armor. Save for his helm, which you just see these glowing ember-like eyes. And for those wondering, he's using a fire rune.
Yay!
Oh, that's a fancy trick.
This really is Elden Ring.
For those wondering, Rune Knight. If you
Makes
know, you
sense.
know.
If you
Violet's
know,
knight in flaming armor.
no. Oh,
Okay. Because of this is going to be a lot of damage.
that's a lot of make-believe
That's
damage.
a lot of damage. If we were to hit it with mending, would that be the equivalent of flex tape?
Now,
So,
he's also doing additional fire damage on top, so that's...
With the help of this Vorpal Greatsword, I sawed this dad in half.
Oh no.
too soon. Too soon.
Now I need to roll
I
a strength
will
save for
murder
him. Unfortunately, he just
Violet's gonna
passes.
Oh
Much
no.
paperwork.
But you just see as he approaches him, he just strikes out, cutting once and twice. But before we get to Violet's turn, he's going to use a legendary action.
No, he's not.
Yes, he
I say
is.
no.
Unfortunately, he
Excuse
is.
me?
He has legendary
Wait, do you have
action.
something to stop this?
he is going
I
Have
to.
questions? Pretty please.
She has her feminine guiles.
All right, so starting with, he's going to attack Aeon first with this one.
No.
He has such a thorn in its side. That hits.
Don't forget, it's halved because resistance from the bonding ward.
$13 points of bludgeoning damage for, and so that's half for you, Violet.
Yeah.
So 6 plus an additional 7 points of piercing damage. As you see, one of the tendrils that's on his shoulder just moves forward towards Aeon, and it just, you see the bar like spikes as it just strikes down on him.
So you said 7?
At 7, so that will be 3 points of piercing damage for you.
Yeah, so that's also
Yeah.
halved for Aeon, so each of the damages that either one of us takes is halved.
Yeah.
So you would notice that even though Violet did not get hit, she's instinctively like flinching and gasping in pain whenever he gets hit.
Samuel noticed none of this.
Now,
You're not noticing any of this. You're
this
having
is also-
emotional
Callus
damage
will
right now.
remember this.
Emotional damage.
And Samuel, you'll also get hit by his other tendril. Oh, wow. I literally rolled ones. Okay, that is going to be 8 points of bludgeoning damage and
Nice.
9 points of piercing for you, Samuel.
Samuel is going to take that hit and then damage and then go. So he's gonna take that hit and then scream out just at the top of his lungs as he waves one hand and casts Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
Let's see, where is it? He needs to make a dex save of 16.
Natural 20.
Son of a
No.
Wow.
Does he take any damage on that?
That's the first nat 20 I rolled today.
So he takes half as much since he succeeded. Half of this. So half of 26.
So basically 26.
Oh.
Because Hati.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
Because it's still up. It's still only one round.
Uh-huh.
Truth be
So
told,
fire's
actually.
also good?
It was supposed to be just one type of damage.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we
'cause
still know fire is good.
But still, the fire is still effective. Even if the vulnerability wasn't there, fire is still effective.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's Samuel's reaction.
Okay, now it's Violet's turn.
Alright. Violet heard to hit it with the holy stuff. So her holy symbol on her thigh starts to glow a bright flaming yellow as she casts Sacred Flame at
Okay.
the thing. So he has to roll a dexterity save of 18.
All right.
He doesn't see the devils.
You failed.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's 3d8 plus 5.
All right.
So that is 18 points of radiant damage.
Very good.
And then, as her bonus action, just to be on the safe side, she is going to cast her holy weapon. As soon as I find the spell slot for it. Where is it? Oh, spiritual weapon. That's
Okay.
the word. And I'm going to have it appear right. Wait, I gotta select the right thing. Gonna appear right over. Wait, it has to be within 60 feet. So here,
Okay.
And why is the name escaping me? A bullwhip appears as her holy weapon.
All right, very good.
Giggity, giggity. Alright. Let's go.
Gotta keep up with the brand.
All right.
You got it.
Now. Let's see. Yep, he has it. Okay. This time around. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna need Samiel and Violet to roll me dexterity saves again.
Why does he keep trying to hit me? I did
Well-
nothing but try and help.
Two.
Alright, so you'll take half.
A dex save?
Yep. Okay, so both of you are already taking half damage.
Yay. That sounds like a lot of dice.
Alright, so you're taking that. So the roll was 28 points of acid damage, but 14, so halved.
And mine is halved again because
Indeed.
bonding ward, so it's 7.
Mm-hmm.
I love the spell. I shall always have it.
And
Although
so
it's
he
pretty
also
much
takes it too.
Yeah, he also takes it too. That's the only downside to bonding ward.
Let's see how this spell's working now.
And
On the plus side, if he's raging, he always gets
let's see.
the thing.
Was that a thing that like you have to find a willing creature to share that
So
damage
with-
with?
So with bonding ward, yeah, it has to be a willing creature, and you get +1 to AC in all saving throws, as well as all damage is resistant. The spell drops if you or the other person falls to 0 HP, or if you cast a spell on another person.
So that's not a concentration spell?
Nope.
That's
Yes. It's an awesome spell, and it's only level 2.
wow.
Okay. And he's going to use his other attack on Samiel since he has reach. It's a natural 19,
That hits.
and it's a crit for him.
Oof.
Oh. Weird fighter.
And so you take 14 points of bludgeon. Actually, hold on a second, Samiel. So just write this down for me real quick, okay?
Okay.
14 points of bludgeoning
14 bludgeoning.
and 14 points of piercing, but
14 piercing.
okay. Actually, never mind. Aeon's gonna use that as a reaction.
Total is 28.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't. Well, the good news is I just double checked because I checked his sheet because he would have used this. As you see, he's about to strike at you. You suddenly see this glow as this sudden stone, like the sudden arc, almost like a shield appear. But it seems to be that almost as if it's made out of rocks itself, as it just strikes at it. He used his runic shield. So basically,
Nice.
so for those who don't know, runic shield allows you to re-roll That makes it so the opponent has to re-roll the attack roll.
Oh, that's really cool.
So no crit, no damage.
Nice.
Nice.
Once more, as this
see why you like it.
So while you see this flickering flame about Aeon, you also see that his hand is out, and you just see it's glowing this teal color. It is now Hati's turn,
All
and
right.
this is gone now.
Yeah. So Hati's gonna glance over at Nether and sort of realize that everybody is getting hit. So what he's going to do is I think what Hati would do is he would drop Shield of Faith
Mm-hmm.
and instead try and hit him with Bane.
Okay.
Now, the wording of the spell says up to 3 creatures of your choice that you can see within
Up
range
to
must
3,
make-
so
Up to 3. So you wouldn't rule it that you could target all 3 hits to the one guy, right?
no, it's just one.
Aw,
One per
okay.
customer.
Well, he needs to make a 17 charisma saving throw.
And he fails.
Awesome. So now what ends up happening is that for every single roll that he has to make now, he has to roll a d4 and subtract that number from
Very
the
nice.
attack or saving throw roll.
Okay.
Very cool.
And what Hati is going to do is he's going to save his bonus action and have a trigger for that be if he sees an attack coming towards him.
All right.
And do you need me to tell you what the bonus action would be or no?
What are you doing for the bonus? I'm sorry. Are you trying to hold a bonus action, or
I'm trying to hold a bonus action.
you're not?
for
Unfortunately, they only allow holding an action, not bonus action.
You can't hold any bonus actions?
No,
Alright.
fortunately not. That'd be nice though, but no, they don't allow it.
Mm-hmm. Alright then. Dang it. What do I see? What do I see in range? So yeah, I don't see a weapon that I'm in range with unless Zokalis brought out something. I don't think he did though.
Weapon? No.
A weapon?
Nothing
No.
He's gonna swing with.
Yeah.
He
Alright.
uses his staff as his
Yeah.
quote
Alright.
unquote magic focus, but
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Hati doesn't have anything else that he can do yet. So I guess what Hati will do is he's going to sort of move out of the way, and he's just going to be like, I'm not going to be your elf shield, and go behind the pillar, keeping
Okay.
an eye on the side to make sure that he maintains visual with the Forsaken.
Alrighty. Now Nether's turn.
hey, so DM,
Yes.
I'm just realizing that Nether had Wild Surge. When you enter rage, roll on the wild magic table. Do you
Oh
feel
yeah,
like
go ahead and
do
roll that for now.
Okay.
Yeah. Not a
this
big
is
deal.
1d8.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a
What's a 1 do?
Shadowy tendrils lash around you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d12 necrotic damage. You also gain 1d12 temporary hit points.
And he takes-
Neato.
and now because of Bane,
Oh yeah. Probably a good
Yes.
thing too. Actually, I don't know if it's gonna be enough.
he's got to do another 1d4 to reduce it.
Yeah, no. I rolled the 1d4. No, it didn't. Sorry. Not to mention, I
Okay.
rolled a nat 20 on top of that.
Uh,
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would have been a DC of 18. Or a DC of 16.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
It probably would have if,
good.
because I'll tell you this, it was within the realm of possibility for him to fail that. So even with that nat 20.
Cool beans.
Yeah.
Okay, for his actual attack,
Mm-hmm.
he is going to grip his greatsword once again,
Before pull great sword.
and for his first attack, it's going to be reckless.
All right, go ahead and roll the attack.
Gross.
19 does hit.
19 hits, and then his second attack.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll put that over here, which is not reckless.
I thought the reckless was for all the attacks in that turn.
It says it was so close, dude.
Wait a second, that's a critical, isn't it?
Hold on, because
Isn't
I
that
don't
a
know if he
critical for Nether?
Is he a fighter barbarian type?
Yes. I'm pretty sure he
Yes.
is. I'm pretty sure that a 19 is a critical for Nether.
I'm taking a look,
Let me-
but
That's
as
a sheet.
okay, I'm gonna look at the character sheets real quick. But regarding the reckless attack, I thought it was for all attacks. I'll take a look at that as well.
For reckless, it says make your first attack. When you make your first attack on your turn, you can decide to attack.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna take a look in regards to the class features real quick. See about that. Surge. Yeah, he doesn't have the natural 19 thing just yet.
Ah, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Which he should if he's carrying a Vorpal Greatsword.
Even then, the Vorpal Greatsword says if you roll a 20,
It has to be the 20.
it has to be the 20.
Oh, well, then no worries.
Yeah.
Okay, so both of them hit. Cool.
All
beans.
right, go ahead and roll the damage.
So he's gonna roll for damage.
Damage is damage.
Damage is damage. I feel like we've had that conversation before too about the 19 and the Vorpal Greatsword.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
We've had, yeah.
We've had many discussions about the Vorpal Greatsword.
Attack
Isn't
number
that
1
from
is 6.
Alice in Wonderland?
Attack number 2 is.
The Vorpal Blade.
Both of those have +2 attached to them, so it's 15-15.
All right.
Snack.
And then
He
he's going. Oh, sorry. Do I have to roll again for the saving throw? Should he
Nope.
roll again for the saving throw?
But
Okay.
you do see that it goes down on one leg, like on one knee.
It's gonna propose.
Huh. He sees this happen.
Mm-hmm.
And looks back to Samuel. All raging out. Do you want me to finish this?
Samuel's not saying anything. He's just completely focused on his thing. He's got this
Tunnel
look in
vision.
his eye. Yeah, he can't see or hear anything. The only thing that he could muster to come out of it was when he told everyone about the radiant damage.
He, noticing that Samuel's zoned out, is going to elect to end his turn there.
Okay. All right, Samuel, what you gonna do?
Samuel is going to he's gonna hold up a hand and just kind of like shift it upwards really quickly, casting Sacred Flame again.
Okay.
He needs to make a dex save of 16.
Okay,
An
fails.
additional one. All right.
It doesn't matter, even with the D4, it still failed.
13.
Okay. All right, it's so close.
Have any other transactions? Not at the moment. Oh wait, maybe I do. Hold on. Does that do damage? No, it doesn't. Okay. That's gonna be his turn.
Okay, so Kalis, your turn.
DM, you did say that he's looking banged up, yes.
Oh yeah.
Noticing what's happening, And how absolutely damaged Samuel's going to be. He's going to be damaged anyway. Putting his own father down. Ooh. He's gonna come right behind Samuel.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's not in close combat for magic, correct? We are about 15 feet away. Let's see if my math is right.
Yeah, you're 15 feet away from him.
Okay. Puts one hand on Samuel's shoulder. Your father's blood should not be on your hands. This one's on me. And he casts his staff out behind this thing and dumps a 5th level fireball.
Okay. All right, go ahead and roll the
Does it
damage.
smell like cinnamon?
No. It smells like tears and sadness.
Sulfur.
I don't like.
It should
I
smell
don't
like cinnamon.
I don't like that fireball, man. That's big red. Not good. Oh, bloop. Dex is 17. Did you say he passed that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Did he pass the dex save?
You have to roll an additional.
What's the DC?
DC is 17.
Nope, he did not. So 29 fire damage.
Hold on, because we're gonna empower 4 of those ones. to
Oh,
reroll.
okay.
Yeah, that works.
Ooh, very nice.
That was a good trade for our sorcery point.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah, I had a feeling that was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Samuel's gonna hate anybody in this party. It might as well continue to be so callous. The spell cast from his staff, and Samuel's gonna see like the spell of magic just shoot past his shoulder as it goes in the far distance, and then a bright light kind of eclipses everything as a fireball drops on it, and he just starts burning away.
All right. And as you watch as the fireball goes off, you just hear this as you feel the room shake as the flame engulfs it. And you just see as it's writhing, you see the tendrils are flailing about, but then as the flames flicker and eat at it, you just see it fall lifeless as the flames eat up most of the flesh on the lower part of the torso.
As the fireball calls off, like pretty much the instant the flash hits, you hear Samuel just scream out, "Father!" Like almost like reaching out to him before the backdraft hits and just like really pushes him over. He covers his shield his eye from the flash and then looks and sees what's left of him burning before moving over to him and try to see if there's like any part of him that's still the man that he knew.
Give me an investigation check.
Can Hati approach with him and try and help him to look for that?
Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and have him you could have him either roll or assist in that.
I guess I'll just assist in it. I'll assist in the investigation, so he
Okay.
can do it at advantage, I guess.
Okay.
You can roll a second time if you want. Samuel.
Investigation.
Yep. Okay, so stick with that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. As you look around in the silence, you The one thing that you find seems to hold any remembrance. Something that appears to be sort of notched in between the skull that you're seeing, as well as the flesh itself. Appearing to be that of a pendant. You recognize this pendant growing up. You see that it is a simple one in that it shows to be that of a hawk in mid-flight. You would know this as one of the pendants that which you would know that your father had worn this, as it was customary in your clan for while others used wedding bands, wedding rings. In your clan, it was these pendants. This is one that you know that your father wore all the time in memory of your late mother.
He reaches in, pulls out the pendant very slowly, like very gently and gingerly unclasping it from the string, the string from the back of his neck, and pulls it in. And for the first time that even as far as Zocalis can remember, you see him just like drop to his knees, and he looks down at the pendant, and he like holds it close to his chest, and you hear just like this very restrained like scream, like he's like got his mouth closed, but he's just like screaming internally as he's just kneeling on the ground looking at this pendant. He squeezes it tight in his hand. He slowly turns to Zocalis.
Zocalis is still standing at his spot where he cast the spell. He finally lowered his staff. Samuel would look back and see tears legitimately welling in his eyes as he's just kind of standing there, almost like a stone figure, kind of just in disbelief of what just happened.
He stares at Zocalis for a moment before standing up, very slowly walking over to him.
His eyes finally shift over to Samuel because he has a feeling he knows what's about to happen.
Violet's gonna start moving over because she's sensing what might be happening and might need to
As
intervene.
you try to move forward, as you try to move over to Violet, hold on. As Violet's trying to step in and put his arm out, stays quiet. Go ahead, Samuel.
Samuel gets like right in front of Zocalis. He holds up the pendant, shows it to him. It was given to my father by my mother, Ariel. She gave this to him.
I'm sorry, what was her name?
Ariel.
Continue.
Honor given to my father on their wedding day. He wasn't much older than I am now. She passed many years ago. For you. Came along. They he starts to continue. He just kind of lowers the pendant. He reaches out and he actually hugs Zocalis with one arm.
Son of a bitch, he was about ready to swing at him because he had a feeling he was going to get hit.
And Samuel is like holding Zocalis with one arm, the other arm just like down at his side, and his face is like buried in Zocalis' shoulder, and he starts sobbing. And Zocalis just feels his fingers like digging into his shoulder as he's just like clutching onto him.
Yeah, so Zocalis still has the staff in his hand, so he'll drop his staff down and kind of mirror the same hug that Samiel gave him. He's not showing a lot of emotion. He's really kind of just like clenching his jaw, allowing like Samiel to feel his feels right now. But Samiel would know that the king was more of a father to him than probably his own. That was like the first father figure he had, so it took a lot for him to do that too. But he's just gonna kind of sit there and let Samiel have his moment.
Get off the laptop. You need to stop.
After a few moments, Samiel kind of pulls himself together, looks Zocalis in the eye, and just says, "Thank you."
Yes, Rorik.
Thank you for doing that.
Hati's gonna. Sorry.
I would say for this, just worry about your characters for now, because we only need the puppeting for the combat.
Oh, okay. I was gonna do something with one of Hati's spells, though.
Well, I don't want us to keep using other characters and their spell slots and all that, so.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Zocalis just nods and look back to Samiel and just mutter, "We need to find Seraph. This problem just got a lot worse."
What have you done?
Found him.
You hear a shout from the other side of the hall as you see what appear to be multiple soldiers rushing in.
Alice immediately starts readying a fireball. He's not casting it, but he's immediately readying it.
Samiel slowly just turns over his shoulder, looking at them. His eyes are glowing blood red, and he's clutching this pendant, and he turns to them. "As one of the sons of this house, you will lower your voice when you enter this room, especially today."
Violet's
And
gonna have
as-
so much paperwork to do.
As you say this, Samuel, you see first walking in Inquisitor Anya. Indeed, seeing as how you murdered your king and your father.
"I murdered no one. We were healing him, giving him a cure." And then
Clearly,
he
you did a
transformed.
fantastic job of that, as he gestures towards the...
You lower your voice, bitch!
I'm gonna need you, Samuel, to roll me a wisdom save. This is not a charm.
Okay. 21.
Very good.
Celebration yet? Hold on.
You see for a brief moment, within the mask, her eyes glow. As well. A flash of red. As she steps forward towards you. Know your place. You have no authority over me.
All right.
Or
fine.
the Inquisition.
Then do your fucking duty. He reaches into his pocket, opens his coat pocket, and pulls out a note with Sarah's name on it.
Ooh,
And hands it to her.
I think I remember this note.
I remember the note too.
I don't know this note. What is the note?
So the note has Sarah's name on it. Samuel opens this kind of aged and kind of faded looking piece of paper. And he's going to read it to Inquisitor Anya. Wait, let me find my sticky note with what it says.
You're gonna have to remind me, because I don't think you ever sent this to me.
I did, because hold on.
I believe this is the note that burst out of his pocket when Rorik was a spider and ate a crumb in his pocket.
Oh wait, I remember. Yes, this is the one that was in the pocket there when you were a spider.
Yes.
You're welcome. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for reminding me that.
Yes. Hang on, I'll send you the.
Yes, please refresh my memory.
Okay.
Okay.
So on the front of it, it's addressed to Seraph, and then with the same handwriting on the inside. Samuel opens it up. Would you like me to read it for you, or would you like to read it yourself?
She takes a hold of it. And as she is reading this, Seraph approaches. And you just see this mixture of shock, anger as he's seeing all this.
Insight check.
Go ahead and give me an insight check.
I don't trust it. I don't think he's actually angry. 27.
As you take a look at him, I'm gonna send you a DM.
Yay!
Yo, I need your stats for my real job, IRL. Holy shit.
Violet is that good at her job.
You have been rolling very well with this character.
I know!
Violet is a living polygraph machine. Her tail, she just dips in ink and it just...
I mean, basically... Oh dang, okay.
And he's just staring. Walks past you, Samuel. Stares at the throne. Looking back.
Okay. I have...
Should have known. Should have known!
Yes, I should have known. I should have known that you'd be so underhanded as to poison our own father. I don't know what
Poisoned!
I don't know what you did to him, but I am certain you are responsible for this.
Me responsible for wanting to kill our own father. I know you think lowly of me, Samuel. Just as I think lowly of you, but I would never do this. But you, I seriously wonder, especially since you said you would cure him. If I knew you were going to cure him by means of killing him, I wouldn't have allowed you to be here.
Oh, I had means for every intention for our father to live and continue to rule. I wanted to see you deposed. I wanted to see you on your fucking ass. But you couldn't allow that, could you? You couldn't allow our father to continue to reign as his ruler. You just fought to take the seat of the throne by any means necessary.
Yes, Violet.
Can Violet, so she's not going to be very intrusive with her thought process yet, but can she read the surface thoughts of Ezekiel or the the what's his face? Viscount. Sarah,
Seraph.
that one. Yeah.
Oh, Seraph, yeah.
Yeah. I forget. I'm terrible.
I'm gonna
with
send it
names.
to you real quick.
Yeah, just surface thoughts. She's not being intrusive yet.
Mm-hmm.
You see, visually, you see Samuel at the For those who were present for when Samuel first saw Zocalis back in Iveron, when he was that pissed off, he's like, imagine that, but like times 20. He is shaking right now. He's so angry.
He's mad at somebody more than Zocalis. Let's go. Character development.
This is his arc. It is complete.
Oh, I wouldn't say complete. We ain't there yet.
I'm kidding. Of course it's not.
Does Violet want to get in the middle of this screaming match of brothers?
Good
or
question.
does she wait for them to calm down?
That is a quick define calm down. You ever seen siblings fight? It lasts a while.
Well, Violet has never seen siblings fight. The closest thing she has to a sibling relationship is with the Oracle.
She's never worked with siblings?
No, she's never worked with siblings. Siblings typically don't work with one another among the confessors. It's not good for business.
So Samuel, oh sorry,
As
oh sorry. Good.
I was just gonna say, he steps back near towards the guards and the exorcists that are here.
Do it. Don't do it.
Arrest them. Arrest each and every one of them
On
for murdering our king.
charge?
And Samuel turns to Inquisitor Anya. Are you going to listen to him? Or are you going to listen to the evidence in your hand?
Just as you do not overturn me or the exorcist, neither can he. But that does not mean the same for his guards. As you do see him, you do notice a majority of them are the guards of Volk.
Ooh.
Samuel is going to turn to them. And he is going to drop his hand at his left side. And you're going to see sparks coming off of it as he turns to essentially the guard captain and just says, "If you even try it on this day, I swear you shall regret it."
Better roll me an intimidation check. Also, who has a passive perception of 17 and higher?
One moment. I gotta check. I'm pretty sure I do.
I have a thing.
What thing is that?
hold on. Dark
I
one's
have
on
a
luck.
Oh, okay.
20.
All right.
Both Rorik and Hati do.
Okay.
Zocalis is dumb.
So
Samiel is not intimidating.
Violet. Also, I'm gonna send this to Hati as well.
Okay, there
what
we
is
go.
Dark One's own luck? I thought it was a D10.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
What's per? Okay, it's, per 10. So 9 plus a D10. Let's see. There we go. That's
13.
13. Okay. 13. So apparently Samuel's not very intimidating right now.
He's crying. Tears are not intimidating. Waiting to get.
There we
the
go.
thing. Violet is instantly looking straight at Anya with just a raised brow.
So. Hold on a sec. Okay. Okay. So, Samuel, he would look at you. The commander would say, I only have 2 regrets. Allowing Brennan to leave. And leaving you alone.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no. Violet actually raised her hand. Quick question though. Why was the hall left unguarded? Where were you when we came in here to check on him?
Who are you asking this to?
She's asking the general populace, especially if the Viscount is still here.
Mm-hmm.
There was no one here.
Because I figured you would very much like to spend time with our father alone.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
Insight check.
Inside check.
Go ahead.
Can
Look,
Hati do an
stayed
insight
very
check too?
quiet until this moment.
29.
16.
5.
Damn.
That's for Hati.
Samuel's not doing okay, guys.
Samuel, you are so blinded by anger, you can't tell if he is lying or not.
I mean, that makes sense. That tracks.
Yeah, no.
From
you're
what
absolutely right.
from what you guys can tell, he's not wrong. Though,
How
Violet,
How many?
Yes.
you would also catch seeing that a strange hint of a feeling of betrayal.
This is going to make my job a lot harder.
How many guards are we looking at here, DM?
You're looking at about 14. They're kind of in like a half circle, like a crescent.
Are they all wearing helmets?
Yes, they are.
Or okay, so we can't
They're all
see
wearing
the faces
helms.
of which
Well, some you could
guards are
see
here.
their eyes, some you could see their face. It's like a mixture of various kinds, from the full helms to like the medium helms that just protect the head and not the face.
How grouped up are they?
5 feet apart.
Oh dear.
Actually,
Are
I'm sorry,
there
10
any-
feet apart. So there's a space in between.
Okay, this is gonna be just a weird question, but I have to ask. Age-wise, are we talking about older? Are we talking about younger ages? Are we talking about assorted?
I have
From
a
what
free task. Why?
Just
you want to
let
know?
him.
For what you can tell, Zokalis, a lot of them are actually of a younger age. Like,
I thought. Their demeanor. Do they look like they want to be here? Are they looking like they want to attack, to fight, or is it kind of
Give me
just
an
like,
insight
this
check.
Is my job. I have to be here.
give me an insight check.
24.
Oh.
From what you can tell in this moment, you know how with the younger with younger generations that when they feel this sense of zealotry, seeing that the previous ruler is now dead seemed to light a fire in them, and almost it feels as if, almost just like as if like they're being held like a dog being held back by a chain.
Starting to do some mental math in his head.
Okay.
And some geometry, no less.
Is it like that math
Geometry.
meme?
Zocalis takes a very deep sigh. The fireball that has been glowing in his hand now for the past couple seconds subsides. And he puts his stuff. He actually hands his staff to Nether.
Okay.
Who takes it very confused.
Mm-hmm.
And he approaches between Zocalis and Seraph. Excuse me.
Damon.
Sorry. Samiel and Seraph. Enough of these games. If you need your pound of flesh, Seraph, your father died by my hand and my hand alone.
Oh no.
He stands in front of Samiel and he's looking dead at Seraph. I will not be handed over to them. And he looks over to Anya. And then back to Seraph. But if you feel the need to arrest someone, here I am.
Samuel puts his hand on Zocalis' shoulder
This is
and
not
kind of
the time.
Give me a persuasion check, Zocalis.
Mm, 11. Not the time to roll very low as a +9. God, that's annoying. Yeah, I don't have anything else
Even
to
though
add to that.
you have been a thorn in my side recently, I have nothing but respect for you back then. Even though you were friends with him, I admired that you were on your own version of a straight and narrow path. He just he casts a side glance. Or he looks over to Zocalis back. You will be under house arrest. And you. He looks to Samiel. Get out.
Samuel turns to Zocalis and then back to Seraph. Back to Zocalis. You really gonna let this asshole put you under house arrest?
Hang tight. 1 second. Let me see if I have something. For
Okay, while you're doing that, Violet?
Violet is currently looking at the mass of dead flesh that was the previous king.
Sorry.
Remembering what he said about the brother,
Mm.
and it's sounding very much like a potential possession thing. And that is out of her area of expertise, and that is an exorcist thing. And she has the most conflicted look on her face as she's looking between the mound of flesh and Anya. But she's not saying anything at the moment. And also at the brother. Her tail is swishing back and forth, though, slightly agitated.
Message is not. Hold. Oh no, message. I have to whisper, don't I?
Yeah. Sending is different.
Sending, you don't gotta say shit.
I gathered that. Unfortunately, your boy doesn't have sending.
Ooh.
Mm.
He looks back to Samuel in a very, I'll say, dismissive way, and just utters, "We both know this isn't over," and turns around and walks with the guards, or walks
Okay.
next to the guards.
Samiel turns to the Catalyst and kind of watches him for a second. He clenches his fists, and the sparks that were flying around his arm kind of just slowly dissipate. You stop hearing the electricity crackle. And then Samuel kind of gives Seraph a side eye, remembering what his father's last words, and remembering much of the hell that Seraph has put him throughout the years.
Uh-oh.
And remembering Seraph just a few moments ago telling him to get out. Fuck this. His hand bursts into white flames. He turns and he casts Sacred Flame on Seraph.
Oh,
Okay.
come on, dude!
Damn it, dude.
He's mad. No. You're about to see Seraph. You're about to see him go off.
Okay. What's the
Seraph to make
DC?
a dex save of 16.
I don't have counterspell. This is not Daphne. Fuck.
Oh, Zocalis is gonna hate him. Zocalis is gonna hate him.
Violet's having very mixed feelings about this too.
Shit, 6th level counterspell from Zocalis.
Okay. And Samuel, you cast it out. You suddenly, as it's going right towards Seraph, you notice that multiple things happen at once. You see Anya quickly pull out her rapier, and you would notice that it is a strange sort of rapier.
Oh, I hate
You see that it's while it's at a point, you also notice there appears to be that of a barrel right on the side of it.
Oh, I hate that thing.
It's also a gun.
The gunblade.
It's also a gun.
It's so if you know the Renaissance, the sort of the rapier pistol, that's what she's holding as she aims it. But as that happens, as the flame's going right towards, you see before it hits him, it dissipates.
I said enough. This will win you no followers. You have no moves if you're dead. And he looks to Samuel, incredibly stern-eyed, and Samuel will remember this kind of Zocalis as the one that was much more tactically inclined back in battle.
So
where it wasn't just 100% go forth and murder everything.
Also, if I may ask, Where's everyone looking exactly? Just so like when this happens.
The Viscount.
Okay, you're
Samuel's looking. Samuel's looking to Seraph, but since Anya drew a sword on him, he's got a dagger raised up.
It's a sword / gun, so.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so he's basically Samuel's like basically like this, but with one arm like this.
And Zocalis?
Well, Zocalis is looking directly at Samuel.
Okay.
Nether is looking at Zocalis.
Okay, so Zocalis, you said you were looking at the Viscount?
No, Zocalis is looking at Samuel.
Okay, gotcha. Violet.
I'm looking at the Viscount.
Yeah, I'm sending you a DM.
Hati would have been looking at the Viscount too. As well.
Yeah, I'll be sending this. I'll be sending this to Decky.
All right.
Oh, do I get that too? So I was looking at him too?
You went to look at Anya, so unfortunately, no.
He said that he just lifted a dagger towards Anya and was still staring down the Viscount.
Yeah, he was looking at. Yeah, he's staring at Sarah, but he lifted the dagger. He just like blindly lifted the dagger.
Okay.
Notes. Time for more notes.
Emotional damage.
So much emotional damage.
Okay. So, well, I'm saying this.
Violet, who made not a show that she was watching him, but was looking at him the whole time, just stood up, her back tensed up just slightly as she's looking right at him.
Okay.
And she looks at Anya to see if she was looking at him, if she has any reaction to what she saw.
Give me an insight check.
Against Anya?
You keep wanting to read Anya, and you know how Anya is.
I know how Anya is. That's why this is gonna.
You haven't been able to read Anya yet, have you?
I love the ferocity in that response.
She doesn't like Anya.
Let's go.
If she finds out that Anya's known about this little thing that she just saw, oh, Violet is never.
You see the faintest of twitches as she holds out her weapon when that had happened.
Samuel, still keeping his eye on Seraph, the dagger that's pointing towards her, he curls it in and then turns his palm up. He flips her off, but at the tip of his finger, he casts Minor Illusion and shows her what he just saw from that flash.
Violet is going to telepathically send her a message. And she feels disgusting while doing it. And she knows she won't be able to hear a response because she refuses to listen to her thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
But she simply says, "You saw that too, right?"
Samuel put up a Minor Illusion. I'd like to know what that is.
So you see, in the Minor Illusion, you see as the pretty much that instant that flash went off from the Sacred Flame, you can see like this shadowy figure of like shadowy wings and horns around.
Think of like a cloud. It's almost like a cloud. He's doing it like a cloud shape of this.
Yeah, so this is like around Seraph.
Callus will remember this.
And yes, you're doing this right in front of Seraph.
Why are you doing this right in front of Seraph?
That's just something.
No, he
to
just
friends
looks.
here, Seraph.
No more to speak to you. Send him away. And he turns and walks off. The guards force you to go towards the opposite end, back to the entrance of the throne room.
Everyone or just him?
Samiel, and then Anya looks to you, Violet. It would be beneficial for the Inquisition to leave this matter to the family.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
She's looking and says, "It is best for now that we leave this to the family. And let us retire."
Oh, hold on. Samiel turns to Inquisitor Anya.
This is while you're walking away. This is directly just to Violet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Violet looks at Anya. Looks at where the Viscount went. Looks back at Samiel. And looks at her. My investigation isn't done yet.
Understandably so. But I would suggest, for everyone's sake, this is for another time.
Agreed. And she turns around, but stops. Looks over her shoulder. Be careful, Anya. Looks like there's other forces at play here. Hate to see anything happen to you. Who else would I have a verbal sparring match with? It's probably the nicest thing she's ever said to her. And she just walks away.
As you do so, you notice Aeon is a bit behind you, actually. In fact, you don't even hear his footsteps for a moment.
Violet instantly looks behind her to make sure he's still there.
You see he's looking, like, you see that it seemed that he was walking for a moment, but he stopped and is looking at Inquisitor Anya, who's locking eyes with him.
Samiel just kind of looks back to Zocalis as he's being ushered away.
Mm-hmm. What's your passive perception, Violet?
My passive perception is very, very high. I will give you the exact number as soon as I get to the page. It is, so my passive perception and basically passive perception is 20.
Okay. So, you could tell, you just look, from what you see, and in the faintest, because there's some distance between you and Anya, seems to utter a few words to your handsome gentleman before you hear, fulfill your duty. And then turns and walks away. Then you just see Aeon just walk right over to you.
What was that about then?
He just turns and looks. Secrets.
Oh.
Secrets? From me? Oh. I'm
You-
hurt. She's not actually hurt. She's playing it.
As you say that, you just hear him say, "Jealous," and then just walks off.
Jeez.
Violet actually does slightly blush at that, and she just like whacks his arm as they continue to walk.
So
Does not
Callus?
deny it, but still.
So Callus,
Hi.
as you are being escorted, you are led up to Samuel's room, where you had been meeting just before. But now there's guards stationed there.
He opens the door, realizing where he was. When he heard house arrest, he was anticipating them taking him back to his own residence. So he goes back into Sable's big ass room, and he just looks around like, "Wow, he had to bring me back here. Couldn't even bring me back to my own home. Oh, I could mess this place up quite terribly. Where is his booze?" He walks away completely dismissive of the guards.
Okay. That's where we're going to end our session tonight. So, I do apologize, Rourke. I wanted to get more done for you, but this took up more time than I expected.
It's all fine. Rorik is having a great time getting done while everybody's dealing with the emotional turmoil of the loss of a loved one, and Rorik is just pounding back the tequila.
With confetti breath and everything.
The confetti tequila. Yeah.
We're gonna arrive there, and they're gonna
one
be
of his party members got
smashed.
arrested. He's hammered.
Yeah.
This is like a
All right.
hangover type episode. He's gonna be like, "What happened?"
Rorik's gonna be like, "You what? I thought you liked your dad."
So, anyways.
Just the complete emotional unawareness of it.
Oh my goodness,
Oh,
but
man.
whew, thank you so much
no.
everyone for hanging out with us. It's been awesome having you all here. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and we will be back next week with more Revive Pandemic, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Have a good night, everyone.
Emotional
Right.
damage.
Emotional damage.
Damn it.